Right guys, and welcome back to another video. This one is a bit different. I'm going to be doing a loadout video for the kit that I'm going to be using for the coming weekend. I don't know if you're aware, but Stay Low Move Fast are putting on an event at Airsoft Plantation on the 26th. Obviously Nico, or YouTube name's Nico, and his boys have been putting it all together. It looks really exciting. I'm in a WhatsApp group with them, and it looks like they've got a lot of stuff planned for the day. So yeah, it should be a really good one. I was just going to go through the kit that I was planning to use. So let's get some stuff on the table. I think it's probably good if we go top to bottom. So we start my head and go down. So to start with, because I'll be filming, I must admit, I don't like wearing a helmet, but because I'm filming, I will be. This is my helmet. You'll have to forgive me. I think it's just a neutral fast style helmet. I've had it for a long time, so I can't remember where I got it from, but we've added a few little bits. Just got a Ranger green cover, a couple of patches, a little light on the top as well, which will never get used, but looks cool. I've got a pouch on the back, which I use for my battery pack, which then has a cable that goes around and plugs into my GoPro at the front here, which obviously for filming for my head cam. The other main thing that I have on here as well are my comms, Earmore M32, I believe. Very good sort of feedback, so you can hear people walking in buildings and stuff like that, but blocks out all of the loud bangs. And obviously you've got your comms for speaking to your team as well. So this is, I must admit, I don't like wearing a helmet. I find it really heavy, bulky on my head. I much prefer just wearing a cap and a face cover, but unfortunately for filming, this is the most stable setup, and obviously for the comms as well, you can't really beat it all being all in one place, all hooked up to the same helmet. So I get why people do it, but I'm not the biggest fan of it for comfort, if I'm completely honest. So that is what I'll be wearing on the top of my head. Going down from there, I use blocks. Best in the game, everyone hypes about them. I don't need to talk about these glasses, I'm sure you know them. I have the gasket in mine, just to, I don't know, I've got quite a small face, and the gap felt quite large between the lens and my face. So I've got this gasket which just close to that gap really, sits against the face nicely then, and I have a head strap as well, because I always like, I don't know, I just like to feel them sort of secured against my face rather than with glasses. I've had them sort of drop down on my nose and stuff. So this just gives me a bit of security, keeps it in place, and yeah, prefer it that way. So that's how I have my block set up. Below that, face protection wise, I have two, I think these are Delta Mic Face Pros, Delta Mic 2s or something. So I've got a standard multicam one, and I have a new one in tiger camo, which is the one I'll be wearing this weekend. In this video, I'm not going to go into my kit as in like trousers, boots, and my sort of hoodie or jumper or shirt or whatever, because again, the options are endless there, and if I'm honest, I haven't decided on what I'm going to wear yet, but I am going to give this a whirl. I haven't used it yet, so that will be my Face Pro with my helmet and my blocks. So that's pretty much the head done. Going down, I will do this quickly because this is easy. This is my backpack. It holds my HPA bottle. I built this little thing out of foam to stop the bottle sliding around. So that is literally just one of the old foam out of the old Nutrol hard cases. I got some new foam, so I thought I'd reuse the old stuff and just sort of shape it so it holds the bottle in there nicely. So you've got my reg, my lime, and that's all sort of sealed in there, which obviously with the straps goes on my back. And then separate to that, I have my chest rig. Oh, by the way, both this rig and that bag both come off AliExpress. There is a brand somewhere here. Ido gear. I've had a few bits from them, and yeah, can't complain. Good quality, cheap, and works well. So yeah, no complaints there. So I run my chest rig separate to my backpack, a separate set of straps. I know you can loop them together, but I always find with the bottle, because I run quite a big bottle, I find the bottle sort of weighs down on my back and it pulls the chest rig up. So as I'm running and stepping, I can just feel it sliding up and up and up and up. And before you know it, the mags are literally underneath my chin. So because I have the separate straps, obviously a set of straps for the chest rig and a set of straps for my backpack, they don't pull on each other, they work independently. So it is a little bit messy with straps obviously around your shoulders and stuff, but I'm sort of used to it and it's just the way I prefer to run it. So obviously each to their own. So this is my chest rig. I've always run plate carriers until I got this. I've got a number of plate carriers that I've gone through, different types and styles. Always been a plate carrier guy, until I got this chest rig. Just as I got it just for a bit of like a small game that we were going to play where I didn't need to bring a lot of kit and stuff with me. So I got it for that, just to sort of be light and nimble, and I've used it ever since, because for me a plate carrier it's more for the look. I mean, there's nothing I can't carry on here that I couldn't carry on my plate carrier. So for me, having that extra weight and sort of rigidness around my body, again, looks cool, understand why people do it, and like I say, I own 3 or 4, so I'm not saying they're rubbish, but currently I'm leaning towards these chest rigs just because they feel light, I feel quicker with them on. Yeah, it's just my personal opinion at the moment. So I run a little, what do you call it, a scrope pouch, dump pouch on the bottom. This can be for grenades, car keys, that sort of stuff, just admin bits really. So that's sort of my personal space. Then moving up, I have 4 M4 mags. These are just your PTS. I don't know what they're called. They're not the EMP ones. They're not the 250 round ones. They're like the 150 round ones. So I run 3 of them. This stock Wolverine mag, I must admit, this is more of a emergency. If I'm pulling this out, it means I'm probably gonna have to look at getting my speed loader out soon after. And then I have my 2 pistol mags. So it depends what pistol I'm running, but I tend to carry 2 and then another one in the gun, so 3 in total. Same with this, I have another one in the gun, so 5 M4 mags and 3 pistol mags in total, but this is what stays in the rig. The front, I've got a little patch, my name, block, MTW, speaks for itself. I run these, I know they're for shotgun shells, but I run Mark 5 grenades in them. I just put 4 down. And what I do is, once I've used the first one, I don't know if you know how Mark 5s work, but it's like a cylinder, and you twist it, pull it apart, and you scratch the end like this. With the bit with the scratchy part on it, I just leave that just in my rig here, just facing up. So as I'm pulling out the other grenades, I haven't got to worry about, I can just throw the top, scratch it on my rig and throw them. I've even seen, is it Stay Fresh Shoe Airsoft and Project Airsoft sell these little Picatinny mounts with the rough edge on them, so obviously strike the grenades off of. I'm thinking about getting one just to put down the side of my MTW, just so I don't have to worry about the split and pull and turn. I can just break them all before I go out, put them all in here so they're ready to go, and then just pull them down, strike them, throw them. So that's my 4 there. And on this side, I have a radio pouch that's under the straps. So the straps come around my body, and this keeps it nice and tight, close to my body, stops it getting interfered with, and it just keeps it out of the way, so it doesn't get caught on anything. And that runs up to a EM or push to talk, which obviously my headset goes into from the helmet, drop down off the left shoulder and in there. So that is my rig. It's pretty much there. There are a few subtle changes that I'm going to do to it, but yeah, this is my main rig for my assault loadout. I am going to be building another chest rig. I've ordered another one exactly the same in tan, which I'm going to be dyeing and sort of camo wrapping and adding sort of ghillie mesh and all that sort of stuff for my ghillie suit loadout. So that is the chest rig we'll be using. Going down again, I will be running my Deadly Customs battle belt, which is the best belt in the game. I don't care what anyone says. The quality of it, second to none. It is solid as anything. It's rigid and pliable at the same time, so it hugs your body, but it sits there firm, doesn't move around. like most belts, it's got Velcro on the inside. So obviously you would run this on your inside of your trousers, and then the main belt goes round the outside of it. I actually run my holster on the inside belt. I just find it more comfortable, and then the outer belt will go over the top of that, and it does actually give me more sort of more molly space. So if I need to put any other attachments, I can. I tend to run my belt quite light. I tend to have most of my stuff on the rig, but again, I've done games before where I've run quite a lot on my belt, so it just depends on where I'm playing and what I'm doing. But yeah, Deadly Customs, best in the game for belts. Not cheap, but good quality. And they also did this holster, a drop leg holster, but it's been customized slightly to have a CTM quick draw rather than your standard sort of in and out holster. This is a quick draw, and I have this currently set up for the AAP, which I should be able to get in there. It's a bit awkward without it. There we go. So that just locks it in there, and then obviously that little lever on the back, lift it up, and the pistol comes free. So I have one of these for this, and I also have one for my Mark 23 as well. So it just depends on the day, what we're running, whether we'll be running this. I'm not actually 100% sure yet. I'm probably going to take both with me. Obviously this is a little bit more shouty, a little bit more sort of higher rate of fire. Get out of trouble spots quickly with this one, obviously with the full auto as well. Whereas the Mark 23 is more stealth gameplay, which works well with the MTW because the MTW is so quiet anyway. But I do like the Mark 23 because the way I've got mine set up, it absolutely shoots lasers and they go miles. So it can actually outrange my MTW because I'm using 4.5s in it as well. So nice heavy BBs. And lastly, because like I say, I'm not going to go into the clothing I'm going to be wearing. Obviously the last thing that I'll be taking with me as well is this bad boy, which I've done a whole video on, so I'm not going to go into the ins and outs of this, the paint job, the accessories or anything like that, because there is another video on my channel which dropped, I think last week or the week before, which goes into detail inside and out for everything I've done to this rifle. So this will be what I'm using on the weekend. And that is pretty much my loadout for this weekend coming. I have got a couple of bits in the pipeline. I've ordered a couple more bits and bobs, and I actually do have a new rifle coming to start the DMR project. So that will be a cheap AEG rifle that I purchased. It's new, but it's cheap, and I'll be stripping that down to bare bones. Pretty much all the internals will be replaced. We'll put an HP engine in it, new barrel, new hop, new rubber. Basically, whatever I need to do to get it shooting lasers at 450 FPS will be done to it. So that will be my sort of project, take me into the autumn and the winter, and I'll be following that with a ghillie build series as well. So yeah, there's plenty of stuff on order, plenty of stuff to come. So please do subscribe. The channel is growing slowly. So I do appreciate all the feedback, the comments and everything that you guys have been doing. Really appreciate it. So keep that coming. And yeah, I will see you in the next one.